Who needs real friends when you have you? Oh, hey, how's it going? I didn't see you guys there. How's it going? This is Travis. Welcome back to another Hero's Journey. In this journey, we're doing a quick review of the Seaside and Beyond by Firewire and Machado. It's in the LFT construction, and this is the 7-footer. So let's get into it. So we're just checking out some footage here. This is a secret spot in SoCal, don't tell anyone. So here's a bunch of left-handers. Now, to start off, I do ride this board as a twin normally. Now I know that's naughty and it's not supposed to be ridden as a twin, but I find that with the quad, there's just almost too much fin in there. Now it is a bigger board, and I think I'm just kind of used to riding thrusters on a bigger board like this. But really with these larger NVS album upright twins, it really loosens it up, and as you can see, you can really just throw this thing around. Now some people say if the twin fins are a little too far up, like they normally are in a quad board, it won't work the same. But I've found so far that it's been working good and I really like it. Especially because on this board, you have to go way back on the board to get the turn. So it's almost kind of nice to not have to go so far back on the board. You know, you can kind of stay a little more up on the board and still be able to turn because the twin fins on the bottom are closer to the top of the bottom of the board. They're not as far back, so you don't have to plant your foot as far back. I have the Machado quads, and I've tried some other quads, and so far I still like the twin fins a lot. So as you can see, you can really whip this board around, and this board is just really great because you can essentially ride it like a mini longboard or a really big fish. Now you're seeing on some of these waves, it is a top-down view, so it looks a little smaller than it was, but I promise this day was really fun. And even though it looks kind of soft, these corners and these wedges had some oomph to it, and had some lip and some wedge and had some face. Now you'll see on this left, what this board does great in is when there is some wave, you can really kind of get going, hit a turn, hit like a check turn, and then kind of turn into a pump. Like right here, turn, and you can kind of just keep going. Whereas on a shorter board, you would lose a lot of speed there and you wouldn't be able to kind of, you know, keep going. I really like that turn. And really a backside on this board, once it dials in, it feels really nice. Front side feels good as well, but for some reason the backside just flows a little better. Now, the construction's nice. It does kind of get dinged pretty easily, I'll be honest, and it seems to be not as indestructible as, you know, Firewires have been known to be. But overall, it's just a really solid, sick board. Sometimes I wish I had the 6.8. Sometimes I wish I had even like a 6.4 version of this. I mean, you could go with the Seaside, which is the shorter actual fish of this. This is more of a mid-length. But really, I was trying to get a board that was essentially a really big fish or a long board that had more of this fish outline. As you can see, it has a pretty decent swallowtail on it. And all the fins in there now, but it's a pretty good swallowtail. The tail also gets rather thin right there. So it thins out a lot in the back. And a lot of that volume and width gets carried out to the top of the board here. Now the GoPro is kind of causing it to be a little more like squished up there. The nose definitely gets a little more, here's a little more better view. It gets a little straighter. It's not as crazy as the GoPros making it look. But really what I like about this board a lot too is just has a lot of just space up here to just plane and just glide. But you do have to kind of shimmy back when you do your turn. So I'm kind of used to that because on my Varga board, it's an 8-foot fun board. And really on that thing, I'm throwing my feet way back there. So really this board really excels with the further back you go. And I mean, if you try this board, try with the twin fin. I mean, Rob did just come out with his 2-fish board, which I think is kind of probably what he learned a lot from these Seaside boards and wanted to get a twin option. So definitely check that board out. But yeah, if you want like a cool mid-length, just overall like fun board to ride, I think this is a great option. When it's really, really small and crappy, I don't think it's the best board. I actually like riding my fun board or my long board when it's like really small and not good. But once it gets a little, you know, knee, waist high, a little something, it does well. And then when it gets bigger, it actually does well. And that's when I think the quad or more fins for some hold will help a lot. So, all right guys, just want to do a quick little overall review after probably 4, 5, 6 months. Can't remember exactly what this is, but yeah, really like it. And all right, thanks again for tuning in to another Hero's Journey. Till next time, peace.